Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So Maya here at Maya's Beading channel. So I'm back with another earring and bracelet combination. So this time we have gone Games of Thrones inspired. Let me just back out of this. It's a bit too close up. No, it's going in. We're going out. A bit more. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Game of Thrones, because I started watching Game of Thrones last month. And this is what I've come up with. So this is called Mirror Mirror. And if you've seen Game of Thrones, you'll understand what the mirror is all about. Okay, so it's beautiful enchanting two-piece here. Components, and then I just attach them together. So I've run out of my magnetic clasps, so I've had to use a toggle one. Okay, so really nice chunky piece, and I've also made my own little spell to go with it. So just look inside it and you say, mirror, mirror on my wrist, show me the movies. And it will show you all the movies you want on all the screens you've got here. Okay, and you can ask other questions. Mirror, mirror, who's the true love of my life? And it will give me 5 options, and then I can choose from one of them. Isn't that great? Okay, so that's that one. And then, so Game of Thrones, I've started watching it for the first time last month, even though it's been out for many years. I think it started at like 2010 or whatever. But I don't like to watch movies when they first come out, or series when they come out, when everyone's watching it and everyone's hyping it up, and I just don't get it, So I like to wait for a while, let all the hullabaloo simmer down, and then everyone's moved on to something else, and then I'll come and watch it and create my own little buzz around it. So when I first started watching it, I found it to be quite slow in action. Even though the storyline is, the genre is the type of genre I generally go for. I generally go for horrors, mysteries, thrillers, yeah, anything involving magic and all that kind of things. So it's typically my genre. But I found it was like quite slow in action, and there's also a lot of details going on in Game of Thrones, because there's all these different houses and kings and queens, and so we're jumping from location to location, and I had to switch the subtitles on after a while because I was missing a lot of the details, because I'm trying to watch the action as well as trying to listen in depth to what they're saying, because if you don't understand what they're saying, then you're not going to really get the storyline. But the storyline, I get the storyline, but there's a lot of details within it that you need to like be able to understand. So yeah, I had to put subtitles on. But language wise, it wasn't too difficult. So I learned a new word, usurp. So usurp means to seize. So that's what they were doing a lot, usurping thrones from each other and stuff like that. Lannisters, Targaryens, Ramsay, and Winterfell. But my favorite location was Winterfell. I just love the snow and the calmness. It makes me feel sleepy anytime there's a snow scene going on. Violence wise, it's very violent, but for me, I didn't really find the violence too disturbing. The only disturbing scene for me was actually the lady the high priestess, the lady in red, when she when she revealed herself. I wasn't expecting it, and then then they like the music just like made it even more sinister. You know, it was quite shocking. I was like, what the hell is this? This is really getting magical now. Um, but it's a shame she died. And then, oh, hang on a minute, what was I going to say? Yeah. And then after I watched the Game of Thrones, it ended with the Snow and his crew going off into the woods and that. And so I'm hoping they're going to bring us back with, come back to us with at least, 2 more seasons, 3 more seasons. That would be really kind of them, Game of Thrones. And I want to be in Game of Thrones. I'm going to pencil myself in. I'm penciling myself in now. So my storyline is that my character name will be Nahara. And as a little girl, I wandered onto a merchant ship off the coast of Africa, playing about, and lost track of time and got shipped all the way to Westeros, yeah? And then I got myself abandoned there, and I was an orphan on the streets for a while, and learning the tricks of the trade from the other kids, whatnot. And then one day I got into a fight, I hurt myself, and then I wandered off into the woods, yeah, the witchy woods, yeah. And because my mother was really good with like herbs and things like that, so I went into the woods and I picked some herbs to heal myself, yeah. I made a little a poultice out of some herbs, and then this witch comes along disguised as a like a woman in her early 30s, and she sees me and she's like, oh, my child, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I've hurt myself, I'm just making myself better with some herbs. And she goes, where did you learn such craft? And I'm like, oh, my mother taught me. And she's like, who's your mother? And she says, she's from across the sea. I says, and she goes, from across the sea? So what are you doing here? And I'm like, oh, I got lost in a ship and I don't know my way back home. So this woman takes me into her guidance and whatnot, and shows me all the ropes, and boom, I become a witch, yeah. And then so behind the scenes, me and Jon Snow, we got beef. One day he comes to me and he goes, oh, Nihara, I see you set your branches after me the other day. And I'm like, I think it was the wind, Snow. And he was like, wind don't make sigils in front of your face while beating you at the same time. And I'm like, well, maybe it was your attitude, Snow, coming through the woods like that. And he was like, war's coming, Nahara, if you don't stop your mischief. And I'm like, okay. So anyway, pencil me in, Game of Thrones, if you're coming back for 2-3 more seasons. I want to be in it. Right, enough of that. Let's get back to this component. Okay, so we're going to start off with 8 seed beads. These ones, hang on a minute. Why is this thing not focusing? Let me zoom in a bit. This is an 8O. That better. Okay. 8O metallics, and then we've got these 2mm rondelles, 11O seed beads, and teardrop crystals, and the horseye crystal. Let me move it more to the left because that's where I tend to be. Sorry, the left or right? The camera tends to be. Okay, so we're gonna attach 4 on opposite sides of each other like so. Okay, I had to use the 11 O's because sorry, the 8 O, because we're gonna be going through this a few times, and the 11 O's are quite small, the horse size, so it's gonna get very tight and then you'll most likely burst the beads. So however, I did just make an order for some beads and stupidly forgot to order 8O gold seed beads. Well, there we go. So we're gonna go through four of these here, coming out one side, and then we're gonna pick up eight gold seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So just double check that. So there we go. I've got 8 on, and then sew through down to the other side and put 8 on the other side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Okay, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna come out of at the top of the 4 8Os here. We're gonna pick up another 8O. We're gonna skip 3 gold seed beads and go through the 2 gold seed beads in the center, and this will create a corner. Like so. Pick up another one, skip these 3, go back down through all 4 8Os and then out 8Os. And do the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. One, two, three. Okay. Okay, and so then we've just created this square frame like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the 8O in the corner here, and then through these 2 gold seed beads here, and then through the other golds. So go through the 2 and then the next one there. And then we're going to pick up 3. Right, come on, 1, 2, 3. Go back down the other gold seed bead here next to these 2 and through the 2 in the middle. Okay, and then we've just added 3 on the top here, and then we're going to go through the corner seed bead of the 8O, and then we're going to pick up 1 gold seed bead, 1 8O and 1 gold. Okay, and then go through the other 8O on the corner and through the 2 gold seed beads in the middle, like so. Okay, and that adds a band of 3 beads here in the center, and then go through all these 8Os on the side, and then repeat the same on the other side. No, it's not, I only need 3. Okay, so now we're going to close the center up. We're going to go through the gold seed bead and exit out of the middle 8O, like so. We're going to pick up 1 gold, connect it to the other 8O on the opposite side, and just create a right angle unit in the middle there. Okay, we're just going to go through that unit in the middle a few times. Okay, so we look like that, and then we're going to pick up 1 gold seed bead, coming out of the gold seed bead here in the middle, the side. I'm going to go straight into the corner 8O, through the 2 seed beads through the middle, down the corner, pick up another gold, join to the middle, and then do the same on the other side. Okay. And then we'll pull that tight together. Oh, I didn't get through the middle seed bead. I just went straight through to the seed bead. Back out, get through the middle, and that's it. Okay, and that's the back closed up. And then we're gonna make our way through the corner, seed bead here, through the 2 seed beads in the middle. Tie it already. And then through the first seed bead of the 3 at the top. And then we're going to pick up 3 seed beads, 2, 3. Okay, and then go down through the other seed bead on the opposite side, and then you'll create this little unit here. like that. Okay, and then we're going to pick up one gold seed bead and go and attach it into the middle here. Just simply go through, up through the other seed bead, up through 2. And then we're going to pick up 3 more. And I'm going to go back down 1 seed bead. Like so. And then we're going to go through that seed bead here in the middle. If I can do that. There we go. Okay, so coming exiting out of the seed bead in the middle, we're going to pick up 7 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 7 seed beads, and then what we're going to do is we're going to attach it to the 4 seed beads here on the side, but the first 2 seed beads. Okay, so this is a bit like the spiral stitch, and through these 2 seed beads, and then this gap here we're going to attach a seed bead, goes through, and then we're just going to go through 1 because we need to go back through that seed bead in the center to attach 7 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And again, fill that gap in that we've got here, and then we're going to go through 2 seed beads to take us to the next center bead. Okay, and then we're going to go through this bead here in the center, like so. And now we're going to increase the count by 1, so we're going to add 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Double check that. So that's 8. And then we're going to go through the next seed up from that seed that we previously went through. Okay, so go through all of them like so, and then back through that seed bead in the center again to repeat the same on the other side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So I've got my 8 through those 2 and that one. And then we're going to go back down through that middle seed bead. Okay, so now we've got this looking like this at the moment. So we've got 7 at the bottom and then 8 at the top. And what we're going to do, we're going to go through the first 4 seed beads of the top seed beads. Okay. in there. These ones got better holes. And then what we're going to do, we're going to pick up 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're literally just going to go through the gold seed bead directly opposite it. And then if you count up from here, it would be the 5th seed bead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th seed bead on the other side. We're going to go through it. Same side that we exit out of, we'll go through. You go into the same side. And do the same again on the other side. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And back into that seed on the opposite side, but just that seed bead. Then go further than that. And here we're gonna add our rondelle. So coming up this side, we're gonna go into the opposite side of that seed bead, directly opposite. And this will place it in the middle, like so. Yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna go back through all those 3 seed beads. Do that. Careful. Just go back out because I'm going under that thread there. Okay. And then there's this gap in the middle, and we're going to close it out with 2 seed beads. 1, 2, and then go straight into the next. Go straight into the other 3 seed beads with those 2 seed beads. That will close that gap, like so. And then we're going to go all the way back around. That will just tighten it up, like so. And if we turn it to the other side, this is what we're looking like in the back. We've got this gap here. So what we're going to do is going to go through those 3 seed beads we've attached, just the 3. And then we're going to go back down into the seed bead that we used to attach it to in the middle here. Okay. And then down 1 seed bead, one side of it. And then we're going to attach a right angle unit here in the middle to close it up. So opposite it, there's directly another seed bead here, that extra one that we popped in the corner to close it. We're going to use that to attach the other another seed bead into the middle to close that gap, and then do the other side. Okay. And that will close it up nicely for you, like that. And help it to expand out as well. And then we're just simply going to go through to the other side and do the same. So down 4. And pick up 3. 1, 2, 3. Directly opposite. 2, 3. Okay. Pick up our rondelle. Oh, come on. Oh no, I picked up 3, did I? No, I didn't. I picked up 2. It's good. Okay. So let's close that back up. Whoa. Me rushing. Got myself in a knot. Okay. Okay, so once we've attached both of them on, it will look like this. Looking a bit like an owl. It's cute. Whoa. All right, so now we're gonna make our way into the middle here. These 2 seed beads in the middle. Actually, the 3 seed beads. So we're in perfect position at the top here. We're just gonna go straight through 3, 4, and then out the 5th seed bead. Why you getting stuck? Come on. Right, so let's get it sweaty. We are out of these 3 seed beads here in the middle. We're out one side. We're gonna pick up our teardrop. Nope, hang on, I made a mistake. Let me go back. I didn't need to go through all of them. I just needed to go through one. And now I've got myself in a knot. Okay, let me come back. Right, I'm back. So I didn't need to go through all of them. I just need to go through the first of the 3. Right, because we're gonna attach it through the middle. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go straight through the bottom 2 holes of that teardrop. And then we're gonna go straight through, skip the seed in the middle, go straight through to the next seed bead. When you... I was just about to start singing some Marilyn Manson tune then. And then I remembered, oh, I'm gonna get slapped with infringements. Right, okay. Then we're gonna pick a 1 gold seed bead, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through. So opposite this is exactly mirror, mirror. We've got 3 down here, 1 in the middle. We're gonna go through this seed bead here and the middle one. Okay. Like so, and that will pop that seed bead there into the corner, and then exit out of this seed bead and do the same on the other side. Take 1 seed bead and attach it to, hang on, the first seed bead there of that 3. Okay, and then that attaches it in the corner there, and then we're just going to straighten this up. And I've gone through that thread. All right, you sit in the middle. There we go. Wibbly wobbly woo. Okay, and then I'm going to go through the bottom and then out the top hole. Okay, if we turn to the back, we're looking like so. Just keep this straight. I'm going to pick up 2. 1, 2. Go through that middle seed bead here and attach 2 to the other side. Go through the middle. All right, and then we've got ourselves this. Go through the first seed bead. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach a seed bead across the middle here. Close that gap up. It's up through the next seed bead. All right, and then we've got this. And we're going to pick up 3. 1, 2, 3. Back down 1. And then tighten that up by going through a few times. I think only once is enough because we're going to go through it again in the end. Okay, and then back down, or 3 seed beads here. And then we're going to pick up 1 seed bead, go through the crystal on the side here and out the other side, and this will just help pull this crystal up and close that gap. Do the same, back up through 3, no. All right, and then we're going to go through all 3, back down these 3, and then there's that gap in the middle here on both of these sides. So what we're going to do, we're going to close that up with 1 seed bead, and this will further help pull that crystal forward, and then we're going to add another one across the bottom here, so it creates like a right angle unit, like so, and then close the gap here in the middle, like so. Just go through 2, like so. There you go. And that attaches it perfectly into the center. And then to make our way down to the other side, we're just going to go through this crystal, back down the bottom hole, and then make our way to the other side through the seed bead here on the side, and going through the back. Okay. Going down all these seed beads here. What is that? Okay. Somehow I've got a piece of string showing there, doesn't matter. And then do the same on the other side. Okay, so we're going to pick up our 3. And then we're just simply going to repeat the exact same on the other side. Okay, so now that we've got both sides completed with the teardrops or petal shaped crystals on the top, what we're going to do is we're going to come through this this band of beads here on the side, one side, and connect the two sides together through the middle 2 seed beads. And here we're going to attach the outer mirrors here with the 2 horse-eye crystals. So coming out the 2 seed beads in the middle, what we're going to do is we're going to pick up 1 gold and go through one side, out the other side. Whoa, let's not be doing that now, come on. And then we're going to pick up 3, 2, 3, and attach that across the middle of the top. And then again, 1 more seed bead to complete the other side. Okay, and then that closes the middle up there like that. Okay, so we're just going to go through that twice, or 1 more time actually, just to secure that on. So we're going to go through the middle of the crystal, and then through the 3 at the top, like so, back down the middle. Through 2, back up, and then what we're going to do is going to pick up 2 seed beads, 1, 2, and attach that across the middle here through the first seed bead, and then through the middle seed bead, down the other side, do the same. I hope I have enough string for this. These 2. I think I have, yes, okay, chill. Okay, back through those 2 seed beads. Oh, I'm going out short this whole time. Okay, that's what you look like at the back. And then coming out the 2 seed beads in the middle, we're going to pick up 2 seed beads and then literally attach it to the other 2 seed beads and do the same at the bottom. So we create a box. Like so. And then we're going to go through those 2 seed beads in the middle, and then we're going to attach 1 seed bead on opposite sides. So we create another box, do the same on the other side, just across those 2 seed beads there at the top. All right, okay. Then we have this, and then we're going to go down that seed bead that we just attached on the side, and then we're going to pick up 2 seed beads, and then we're going to go into these 3 seed beads here, just these 3 seed beads, and that will attach that unit onto the whole units. And then we're going to make our way down these, back down to the opposite side, going across like so. So through this, and then through the 2, these 2 first, and then through these 2, and then just the first seed bead. I can no, and go through all these 2 as well, and then cut across, and then go back down into these 3 seed beads, take these 2 seed beads and then attach into this Okay, and that closes at the back like that. Okay, and then that sits there firmly. And then I'm going to cut this off because it won't be enough, and then reattach a piece of string here and just do the same on the other side and come back. Thank you. All right, so we have finished, well, I have finished anyway, and I have finished giving you the tutorial. And mirror, mirror, earrings on my ear, tell me the gossip that I should hear. Okay. One more time. Let's give it up for the bracelet. Okay, so after I finished watching Game of Thrones, it took me straight onto the House of the Dragons. I love the House of the Dragons. Please, can we have like at least 2 more seasons or something? Because you didn't show us how who's Daenerys' mum and all that. I want to know that, like. And then also, I think they should have a series on the witches as well. Yeah, I want to be in the Witches of Witchy Woods. Game of Thrones, let me be in there. Anyway, enough Game of Thrones. I'm back to watching The Walking Dead again. I've seen that at least 4 times. I think this has got to be the 5th time now. And they've dropped 1 season. What's going on now, TV? Why have you left out season 12? Come on. Seasons are resources. Please put it back on. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, before I go, I want to show you another version of this that I made. Of the mirror, mirror. I made earrings. This one's more gothic-y, but I think I'm gonna remake this one again, but this time add another crystal in the middle just to straighten this up because it's a bit wibbly wobbly woo woo. But this one's really nice. Yeah, so it's got like a gothic look to it. All right, see you guys next time. Bye bye.